new major price prediction analyst for a lot of names like NVIDIA, AMD, the semiconductor space, Mag 7s, the health side as well. Some of the bigger names like Eli Lilly, UNH we're going to go over, and much more. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Welcome to the new YouTube channel. Make sure you go follow Will Knowledge Trades. Will Knowledge still active. For this channel is going to be a little different. I'm going to go over more singular stocks. So each stock will have like a singular video. Actual money trades we're going to do over this one. So we'll do small accounts, 5,000, 10,000 trades to show y'all small money can work as well. And then we'll also make just a couple more videos, just a little bit different types of videos. Also some lifestyle videos will be on there as well, just a little bit different. And then Will Knowledge, the main channel, will have its main bigger analyst videos probably like 2-3 times a week. Okay, so back to YouTube. Thank you guys for watching, and let's get into it. So NVIDIA had earnings and they pretty much did nothing today. They touched resistance, they didn't go nowhere, just stalled. So we want to see how we act out for tomorrow. So I would say I'm still kind of watching for these two bigger things: support 173.85, resistance 183.05. The biggest thing is, where do we go out of this range? We need to either break support or we need to break resistance. In between here, there's not really much to do on NVIDIA besides like scalping. That's all we really have right now on NVIDIA. So even like this morning, y'all know I scalp every morning the market is open. Whether I'm posting videos or not, we're still scalping. We actually played NVIDIA calls right here on the first minute chart. As you can see, we did NVIDIA 40% gains on those NVIDIA calls. It banged, as you see, August 28th. I sent you guys a month strike price I'm paying, where I'm looking to get in, where I'm looking to get at, all that good stuff. I did Microsoft calls. I actually lost 23% on that. Only gave about 20% profit of my NVIDIAs. Then we came back with NVIDIA puts. So yes, we played the upside on NVIDIA and downside on NVIDIA, and we got 14% off those NVIDIA puts. So after we played the upside, we actually came down and we got puts right here in this area for NVIDIA puts, and it came down and hit our target, and we took our profit like right around there. And then NVIDIA literally did nothing afterwards. So there are ways to profit off NVIDIA that I would like to do, and I'm looking for more, but those were kind of some of the ways, with pretty much by scalping. So that's what I'm kind of looking at for NVIDIA. It needs to move out of this bigger area for any like bigger swing plays or so forth. And those are kind of the levels I'm watching out for, at least for now. If we go to Palantir is very stalled. So Palantir has to do a lot more work than it is doing right now. If you look at the 15-minute chart, we've just kind of been stalled around here, not really moving. We haven't moved ever since this drop, and we've been stalled ever since about like August 20th. So almost a week we've been literally doing nothing. So this was like last week on Wednesday. It's already another week, and tomorrow is about to be Friday, and we still haven't moved. So the biggest thing on Palantir, we still have our two supports, I would say. First support 154.60, second support 149.90. I would also say you have like a smaller resistance level that we haven't broken as well. So two different ways I'm kind of looking at Palantir, either playing a reversal play, right, for it to go back up around the 168 to 170 area. That's only if we started breaking this resistance level at about 160.85. So yeah, Discord team, remind me once it starts breaking so I can start looking at some calls. And then if we break both supports, the secondary one, then I'll go back to kind of focusing more on puts. But in between here, I'm not really doing much. We did play puts over here on the downside of Palantir. That was about it. We're kind of just chilling for now on Palantir, not really doing too much. I also want more longer term shares. Like, I don't have any long term shares of Palantir. I would like to start some, but I would like for it to go down to like the 130s. So I'm still kind of looking for it to pull down a little bit more on that Palantir front. AMD touch support 170. You have touch resistance at 170. You have a new support on AMD probably like around 167.60. A lot of prices are just in a no man's land, meaning there's not too many decent plays that I'm looking out for in this range. So right now, this is our two critical areas. There's nothing big that I would do on AMD right now. Probably just smaller things like scalping. AMD was also another scalp we were looking out for in the morning, but it hit our target very fast within that same minute candle. It hit, and then we went to NVIDIA, and then I called NVIDIA, and NVIDIA did 40%. So AMD was one as well. I probably would have won on AMD if I did play it. But these are our two levels. So in here, in this range, I'm not looking for any swings. I'm not looking for like any swings or puts, any swings or calls. We need to get a better sense of direction on AMD before I look for any swings. Longer term shares, I did sell about 25% of those, and leaps wise, I sold about 75% of the leaps for like 200 something percent. So leaps wise, I have about 25% left. I'm still hoping AMD can get up to the 190s before it has like a bigger pull down. I would hope so. Then I'll probably sell all the leaps, maybe a little bit. I'll probably hold the shares until we get to all-time highs, but I'll probably sell the rest of the leaps. But the newer play that I want is if we break this 182.15 and like AMD gets strength out of here. But if not, and we come back down and break like 164.30, which is the secondary support, I'll add that once this support level breaks at 167.60. That's your closer one. But we have like two supports below this one that if it came back down and broke those supports, I'm actually looking for like swing puts on AMD. So AMD got a little kind of stuff to do. TSM is pretty stalled at resistance, 238, support 227.65. Nothing I really see on TSM right here. TSM is in a very nasty range. It really hasn't moved since like July. So for now on TSM, I'm trying to just hold in the shares for now. CrowdStrike did have earnings. They had earnings come out. They pretty much beat on both the metrics. Also, NVIDIA beat on both the metrics. Their H2 chips wasn't even in the sales or anything like that. So I think their next earnings is going to boom as long as like they get their China stuff done. But CrowdStrike did beat on their earnings. They had a nice recovery day. They opened lower, but they had a nice push. Now, with that being said, I still don't see much on CrowdStrike. So only thing I would kind of watch out for is its resistance at 448.60. And I don't see a play on CrowdStrike just yet. Okay, so all I can put on there is a resistance, and all I can put on the downward side, I would say, is about a support, and support will probably be around like 420.50 in that range. If we go to SMCI, SMCI is still a little slow. The biggest thing I'm waiting out for SMCI is more of a reversal, okay, and that's if it held this support at 42.25. It has to hold the support. If it breaks that support, I'm not looking for a reversal anymore. It's probably going to continue going down to lower prices. But if it does hold this support and it comes back up and breaks both resistance levels, so it has to break 45.55 and it also has to break 46.05, then I'm looking for a reversal plays on SMCI to potentially reach above $50. So that's like a potential play I'm looking out for on SMCI. If we start breaking that, then I'll start looking for upsides that I'll be looking out for like in the Discord. Net, if we go over some like Cloudflare, I went over Cloudflare. Cloudflare broke resistance, a lot of strength on Cloudflare. So what we want to do is Cloudflare looking like it wants to go to all-time highs. It's also testing that resistance level. Now Cloudflare is up a lot, so the call options are probably up a lot, which means there'll be a little higher risk. But if it breaks this 212 resistance, like if it stays above this tomorrow, if you look at the after hours price movement, oh, well, we're not after hours yet. But if you look around the after hours price movement, if we want to stay above this, even like after hours or so forth, like we start coming back down below it, then that means tomorrow we'll need to come back and break it for us to go to all-time highs. But it seems like net wants to go back to all-time highs, which that price will probably be right around like the 219s-ish, and then maybe look for calls for it to break all-time highs and go up to 220. So that's what I'm looking out for on like net. And then if we go over ARM as well, ARM is breaking resistance. I am thinking about a reversal on ARM. It did break the resistance at 139s. We do have like a smaller one, I would say, right around here, and it touched it almost perfect, right around 143.65. If we can start breaking that, then I'm looking for potential reversals on ARM. And then like shares-wise, above 150s is only about 5%. So I'm looking for more options of a reversal on ARM than shares, at least for now. Your current support is about 137.95 on ARM as well. But we can see if ARM can try to break out here. I might play that. My bread and butter is usually scalping. I scalp every morning, and then like swings and longs are usually like secondary. But I go over all this live as well. And then also app has been moving nicely, getting closer to a bigger resistance. So what I want to do is take all the charts off. This is all-time high, right around the 525. So the only possible thing I see on like app is if we start breaking this resistance area, like around 493.50, we start breaking that, then I'll be looking for potential calls for it to go to the all-time highs, which is about like 525. So this will be like my play range that I'll be looking out for to get calls in. Hopefully it can keep the strength and continue that price up. But you also have a support area on app, which is right around like 465.20. You could put that as a support area. So watch out for those. We'll kind of see how app moves, but app does look pretty decent. I might not buy app till next week. Also, Monday is Labor Day weekend, 3-day weekend. A Monday market will be closed. But that's something I'm looking out for on the app. Let's go to Tesla. Make sure y'all willknowledge.com/memberships. But that's where you can see what I do all in the Discord. You see me trade live, try to give you the best analysts and price predictions all live. And then you see my scalps, long swings, crypto buys, and everything. So yeah, so Tesla, Tesla's in a weird range. I need a lot more strength of Tesla. Tesla did come down to some decent areas. I believe we traded Tesla. If I go through what we traded, these are all the trades we've been doing. We've been doing very good weekly. Man, what's the last time we? Yeah, it was here. We did Tesla puts on the 20th for a 22% gain. Right. So that's when we did Tesla puts. We even did Meta puts 30% gain that day, and we did 11% gain on Google puts. We did very good that day. But Tesla did do 20%, 22% on gains. Right now, the elite is about 85. Elite yearly is 850, and lifetime is about 1299. So price is probably about to go up in like 5 days or so. Get access to the Discord. But I want to see this resistance level break above like 355.50. If it breaks that, which is literally the almost only Tesla play I'm looking out for, if it breaks that, then I'm looking for Tesla to go up in like the 357s, 55 potential calls. But if we don't break that and we kind of stay low, then I'll be looking for Tesla to come down in the 337s and possibly look for like more puts. And all these are like shorter term plays, no real big swings or anything like that, while Tesla's kind of still stuck in this range. There's just really nothing much to do. So that is a big resistance level around 355.50. I will kind of watch out for that. If it starts to break that with strength, then I'm hoping Tesla could start going up to 380s, possibly even reach up to the 400 mark. So that's what I'm kind of looking out for. Long-term share for now. I haven't bought any Tesla shares for a while. The last time I bought Tesla shares was right here in like the 280 range. That's the last time I kind of bought right in that range. So for now, we're kind of chilling. And this was a swing shares as well that we literally never sold. That's up like 23%. So that's going to make some decent profit if Tesla can push up. And then we have our long-term shares. Our average on long-term shares, I think 180 or I think it's 180 because we're up. No, maybe it's 200 because we're up about 50% on long-term shares. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Tesla. SoFi, trying to come back up, break resistance. If it breaks that, possible shares I might do. Also, new support area at 25.28, 25.30. Possible shares to go up to 29. SoFi, that's pretty much all I see on it. I know Open has some bigger movements. You do have a support on Open right around 331. You also want to change. You have a closer resistance level now on Open right around 460. So we'd have to break this to start showing strength back to the upside. If we don't, then it might want to like still kind of sizzle out. But if it starts coming back up and breaking this resistance faster than not, then that might show more strength that it wants to go up to like that $6 range. Then also like CRWV had a nice pop up. I wanted some shares of CRWV, but I'm not going to chase it since it already kind of went above the target. I wanted to buy it below 100, but it kind of opened above that. So it did try to go up a little bit. It gave some of it back, kind of slow day. I am thinking about possible shares of it for like a reversal back above like the 110s, maybe the 115s if it has like a decent strength push, but we'll see. This is kind of like the start of it, but we could take off resistance, probably have like a smaller resistance at like 107.85 that we could watch out for as well. So we'll kind of watch out for that. But yeah, kind of looking forward to continue this push as long as it doesn't come back down and break the support at 92.20. Also Trade Desk. I like Trade Desk breaking resistance, hit our area, so I did do a play on Trade Desk, but you can see all that on the Discord. Looking for Trade Desk to push above like the $60-ish range, so that's something possible. Let's go over the Mag 7s. Apple's trying to break resistance, 232.20. Any questions or anything like that, make sure you can still email me, willknowledge77@gmail.com, any emails. But we have resistance at 232.20, so if we start to break this, it's almost time for me that I want to get some more Apple swings. Somewhere in this area, I want some Apple calls in this area. I think Apple's lagging, just like Google. Google finally hit all-time highs that we'll go over right after this, but it's just lagging, and I think Apple wants to continue this move higher. So I am looking for Apple calls to kind of reach up, but you do have two bigger resistance levels, 232.20 that we're trying to break. We'll see if it can hold above that on Friday. And then 237.25 is another bigger resistance area. Google did hit all-time highs. We sold half of our leaps on Google for like over 140%. I have half left of Google. We bought our Google leaps all the way back here in like May. We bought them in here. We was going over this live this morning. We bought leaps in here of Google. We finally sold half of them once it broke all-time highs, which was I think on Monday. So I'm holding the other high, but my main target on Google was above 180. We're above that. We're all the way at the 211. So the only thing I'm looking for Google is probably selling the rest of my leaps. I think they're up about 180%. And then we have our long-term shares. I'm not selling any of the long-term shares no time soon. Your new support on Google is about 207.30, and that's pretty much it. Google's at all-time highs. There's not much we can do. Meta's trying to come back up. I might start looking for reversals on Meta if we break this resistance area, which is about 752.55. I would watch that. Your support is about 741.90. That hit perfect today, kind of bounced off that. So if we start breaking that resistance area, I'll start looking for some potentials of Meta trying to reverse back up to like the 760 area, which might be a scalp opportunity for me. That's all I see. Holding long-term shares, of course, not selling those. Amazon is breaking resistance above the 230.80. So what we could do is I'll take all these off. Amazon's a laggard too. All-time high is all the way up here at about 243s or so. I'm assuming that that is where Amazon wants to go. So we have a resistance right here on Amazon that we need to break first. We are testing it about 231.80. We need a break. So it is getting closer, but we still need to do a little more push. I'm thinking about some potential calls somewhere in this area, because we have more resistance levels around the 235.80s, even up to like the 240.50s. We have some resistance areas in here. I want to start the calls in here, and hopefully we can like blow past those since we've been lagging a little bit, and then really get some strength for Amazon to hit all-time highs. But for now, I just have the long-term shares. I'm looking for potential swings on the Amazon front. Okay, let's go over. Gold and silver are showing some strength. I like these. Gold is getting very close for me to get some calls. It tried it multiple times to break here, 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 above the 315.20. So pretty much every time it gets up here, I usually play calls for it to reach up above the 318s, up in the 325s. And hopefully this time it is different. So we'll see if we can get some push off of gold for tomorrow to really get some strength and continue those higher prices, which will be very beneficial. So that's what I'm looking out for on the gold front. It's like the same resistance level I've been looking out for a long time. Okay, and then silver as well is getting close, 35.65. Once silver kind of breaks that area, looking for silver to go up to like the 37-ish range on the higher side. So they're kind of both getting around those entry points that I like. Oil, the only one I really have are OXY shares. They're trying to go up a little bit. I still want OXY above here in the 60s. This is what I want to target, taking some profit. So for now, I'm kind of just holding through. We are starting to break a smaller resistance at about $47. So we'll kind of see if we can hold above that. But for now, I'm just kind of holding the shares that I have, not really trying to do too much different. But yeah, that's all with the oil. And then let's go over the health side. So Eli Lilly having some pull down. I'm waiting for my next buy value. Smaller support about 725.80. Kind of just waiting for my next swing. We swung Eli Lilly right here. We did over 200% within like 2-3 days, which is very powerful. So I'm in no rush to try to play it. We made decent profits. I think I might be able to do like over 500% on Eli Lilly. We'll kind of see, but that's just what I'm estimating, because Eli Lilly could do another reversal of strength, so I can make more from just swinging it than I would with like shares. Shares wise, Eli Lilly, all they do is really go up. So long term, I could just hold long term, but option wise, I could probably make more than I would, well, not probably, but for sure than I would with like shares. So support 725.80. Once they break this resistance around 764.80 ish, that's probably when I'll start looking for like some more calls on Eli Lilly. We'll kind of see. It's kind of in a weird range. I'm kind of just waiting for it to give me my next entry point. It's just taking forever. Then UNH kind of stalled around support 303.10, waiting for it to break resistance around 319.05. That's what I'm kind of looking like for potential call options for this to go higher. I have the long-term shares, kind of holding that through. I'll probably buy some more long-term shares sometime soon as well, but kind of just being patient as it hasn't moved in like a whole week. HIMS as well kind of stalled. Resistance level $46, support $42.50. Still kind of looking for that resistance level to break around 46. If it does, that might lead to a potential reversal that I might like. I'll kind of see back up to like the 50 would kind of be like my target area on HIMS. So that's what I'm kind of looking out for HIMS. Nothing crazy or big, but if it doesn't break that resistance level and it comes back and breaks support, then I'm assuming HIMS wants to come down here in a 30. So that'll be a very big drop off of HIMS if it kind of does that. Banks wise, banks are chilling. They did reach all-time highs. JPM probably reach all-time highs tomorrow. Goldman Sachs is high. Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, all banks are high. Airlines are just slowly inching up. UAL slowly inching up. Delta slowly inching up. American Airlines, the only one I have shares of, just kind of slowly moving. So nothing crazy on them right now. Even Boeing slowly moving. Nothing I see on Boeing, Baba, just kind of slowly moving. We have been buying a little bit of longs, so there's some more longs I want. You'll see all that in the Discord. And then Bitcoin, pretty chilling for now. Support 108,690. You do have a couple resistance level. I would say your next resistance area on Boeing is about 114,800. So nothing crazy going on with Boeing. We did buy Boeing recently down here in like the 103s or so. So kind of holding that. Also the Ethereums we bought down here in like the 25, 26 range. So those are up a lot. Solana, XRP. Well, not, I don't think we have XRP, but Link USD, Cardano. We have those doing decently, all up. Some are up like 50%, some up 10. But yeah, crypto wise, doing pretty good. Don't want to sell any just yet. Maybe next week a little bit. Hood support 102.60. Nothing I kind of do with Hood right now. I'm just being patient on it. There's nothing I really do. But other than that, last one, S&P 500. Your bigger support is around 643.20. And that is about it. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you follow the new YouTube channel. We're going to start posting different videos. I'll be posting back on Will Knowledge main channel as well. And then, yeah, everything really happens on the Discord. I hope these levels help you better yourself. And always remember, no recommendation of ours, so anything, just for educational purposes only. So do not trade anything you see or hear in the video. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye.